my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video, I'm so excited. I'm gonna be creating 4 eye looks with a newly released palette that I received in PR from Poppy and Fluff Cosmetics, my best friend Steph's brand new brand. And of course, I will link her website to Poppy and Fluff Cosmetics in my description box. I will link Steph, Not Your Basic Steph's YouTube channel and Instagram page, and also the Poppy and Fluff Cosmetics Instagram in my description box as well. So this is the cover of the palette. Isn't this so awesome? It's so beautiful and so like different and unique and captivating, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And this is the color story. Isn't this gorgeous? One of the most unique color stories I've ever seen in my life. And it was really fun because as Steph was putting this palette together, she was sending me pictures of, you know, the arrangement and the colors and the swatches and stuff. And it was so fun to just kind of be able to see everything come together behind the scenes, you know. Of course, I had to keep my yapper shut, but it was just really fun to watch all of this come together. And I'm so excited for Steph. I'm so excited. And I cannot wait to play with this palette. Now, Indigo is her newer puppy. She's getting to be a real big girl, but I absolutely adore her. So this Indigo, her puppy, was the inspiration behind this palette, which I think is awesome. So I'm going to do 4 looks with this palette. I'm going to upload this video on Saturday because I'm going to adhere to my Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday uploading schedule. I wasn't going to do that. I was going to like, and I thought, no, just, you know, just put a 4 looks video together with this. So it's going to be a longer video, but hey, that's okay. This is a very unique and different color story for me. At first I'm a little intimidated by it because there's just a lot of interesting combos that I want to put together, but you know, I'm not the most talented nor creative person on the planet. So I think I'm going to do like a couple of monochromatic looks with this palette and then push myself out of my comfort zone and do a couple of more colorful and intricate looks. But today I'm going to be doing a calmer look because I just feel like that's the most appropriate thing for me to do today. And I really want to focus on the purples in here. Of course, that's where my eyes automatically gravitate towards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these 2 shades together, Indigo and Devotion, this darker purple matte and this lighter purple matte. And then for the shimmers, I want to use these 2 together. I'm going to use Loyalty and Catch. I think this is kind of like a duochrome blue purple, and this has got that like kind of golden lavender shift to it. That's going to be really fun. And then, like I said, I'm going to be doing some more interesting color combinations in the other looks. So I do have my brows done in the clear brow gel, NYX Control Freak clear brow gel from NYX. What did God. One of these days I'll figure out a way to say that and have it make more sense. And then of course I've primed this eyelid in the Juvia's Place Prep Prime eyeshadow primer. Okay, so going in first with Indigo, putting that in my outer V and into my crease. Yes. Now I've swatched a couple of the shades, but really haven't done a whole lot other than that. And you know, I know that like a lot of people will do videos where they go through every single color with you and swatch it and talk to you about it and stuff. That's just not me. I just want to dive into the palette and play with it, you know? I think that's the best test of how a palette performs, is just to play with it. Okay, and oh, oops, where's my little sponge? There it is. I need to get the creases out. Also, my eyelids are a little bit stained from my look I did yesterday, but I'm gonna cover that stain up right now. Ooh, yes. Now, I do know that a couple of the mattes are a little bit more satiny than like true mattes, and I think this might be one of them. No, I don't know, maybe not. And I'm not always good at telling that either. So you're along for the ride here, folks. Let's just see how this shakes out. But this is a really lovely shadow. It's not patchy, it's applying beautifully. I really like it. It's a lovely shade. And it's kind of like a periwinkle, dark periwinkle purple. It's like, there's a little bit of blue in this too. I wouldn't say it's like just a total purple. It's got some really nice tone to it. I love it. Now, I want to tell you that I am on a 1-year no-buy. And of course, you know, I did get this palette in PR, which meant the world to me. But I don't think it's Steph's responsibility to send me PR, okay? I want to monetarily support her brand as well. okay? And I'm just so thankful and grateful and, you know, amazed that she would send me PR, of course, but I don't think that that's her responsibility to do that. I want to see her brand really grow and prosper. And not that, you know, me buying her palettes is going to do that. That's not what I'm saying. But I just feel like as her best friend and sister, I want to support her financially. So I know I've been talking about the fact that I'm on a 1-year no buy, but Steph and I have worked out a plan where I will be purchasing some of her palettes that she releases. So I'm not trying to lie about my 1-year no buy or anything like that, but I am going to be purchasing some of her palettes just to help her brand, because I feel like that's what I'm the most comfortable with, if that makes any sense. And, you know, Steph has been through some stuff with the demise of Mad Witch Cosmetics, and now she's, you know, been able to create this brand all on her own, and I'm really proud of her, very proud of her. So that is a gorgeous shade. It applied beautifully. I love it. So I'm going to go into Devotion and just blend that out a little bit. I might even throw a little bit of Kisses into this look too. We'll see. Also, I wanted to tell you guys, I won a Moda brush giveaway. I couldn't believe it. Myself and Andy does stuff. I'm not sure if who else won. I was off Instagram quite a bit when I was taking my break from filming because, you know, it was the holidays, and also I got sick and stuff. And so I really wasn't on Instagram a ton. And I got this message. Who did I get the message from? Was it Dawn? Somebody messaged me and said, oh my God, you won the, I can't believe you won the Moda brush giveaway. I think it was, I don't know. Or no, maybe I think, no, okay, back up. I did see that I'd won, right? I don't know. God, it's just such a blur. And so I went on to Instagram and I saw the thing from Moda Brush saying I'd won. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was the coolest thing. Like, I won $200 worth of their brushes, which honestly was a ton of brushes. You know, like if I'd won a $200 thing from Refer, I probably would have been able to buy like 3 brushes, right? I don't know that I like this brush. Hold on, let me find a different brush. I think I'm going to use this one just because it's more dense. It's a little too big for this application, but I'll just use a little bit of the brush. I'm not going to use the whole thing. So anyway, yeah, I won $200 worth of their brushes, and you couldn't use their sale price. You had to use their actual price of the brushes, which is, you know, fine. I got like several brush sets though. I mean, because they're, you know, very affordable brushes, and I love Moda brushes. I have several Moda brushes, and some of them have gotten quite old, so I don't use them often anymore just because they're older. I just need to get rid of them. But now that I have the new ones, I'm so excited, and I got like, you know, brush sets so that I would have, you know, face brushes, eye brushes, you know, that type of thing, and then I got some couple individual brushes too, I think, yeah. And so, yeah, I'm just super excited for those to arrive. I can't wait to play with them. I'm gonna do a whole video about it, you know, probably like a no makeup and chill, and show you guys all my Moda brushes I won. It's just the coolest, you know. I don't ever win anything. And then I think it was actually my really close friend and sister, Michelle, maybe, that reached out. If I'm getting this wrong, I apologize, but my brain, this is just, aging has done this to my brain. I'm pretty sure she said, oh, I'm so happy that you and Andy both won. And I didn't even know Andy had won. So then I reached out to Andy. I'm like, dude, we won. She's like, that is so cool. I didn't know you won too. I'm like, yes. So that was really awesome. Now I am just taking my time to blend out that harsher edge from that darker shade, because not that there's nothing wrong with the shadows. It's just, for whatever reason, it just takes me a hot minute sometimes to blend out that outer edge of a matte shade. Okay, I am done. I love that. I think that's gorgeous. So now I'm going to apply the shimmers. I'm going to put Loyalty here, and then I'll put Catch here. And like, I want to do like a cut crease with one of these looks and use the black and, you know, just like really get in there, baby. Oh yeah. Okay, so going into Loyalty, and I think this is going to work really well with the brush. It's a little bit, it's not, is it flaky? No. Yeah, it's applying beautifully to the brush, and it's got that really pretty, like it looks, well, I mean, it does look blue, but I don't know. It looks maybe a little more purple to me in the pan, and then when it's on the brush, I can see like this bright blue. Fun, fun, fun. Yes. Okay. So putting this here. Oh my gosh. That is gorgeous. It's that beautiful blue, purple. I can even see pink, shifty fairy wing loveliness that I absolutely adore. I love this particular color. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's super opaque. It's got the great stickum. Ah, yes! Steph is kicking ass, okay? Kicking ass. I'm so proud of her. Oh, I'm so proud of her. Oh yes, this is awesome. I'm so excited. Yay! I'm so excited. Because, you know, you don't know. Just because I love her and she's my best friend, you know, you don't know for sure what's going to be released. You know, you don't. I don't know. Nobody knows. You know, it's like, okay. I mean, of course, I love her and I always, you know, I know how talented and amazing she is. Okay. But I don't want my biases to affect how and not at all. If Joe Schmo down the street had given me this palette, I'd be going crazy over it, right? I would. But it is really damn fun that it's my best friend. It's really fun. I love it. I love it. This is a gorgeous shimmer shade. It really is. I'm just kind of messing around getting this up high enough over my crease so that it doesn't look bonkers by the end of my day. And also just making sure I'm applying enough. So, Bitsy, you can come in here, babe. So I'm gonna clean this brush off because it's a great size brush. And then now I'm gonna go into Catch. And I love this tone. It's so pretty. It's got that like lavender and gold shifty stuff going on. So fun. Okay, spray that a little bit. And I don't know that I need to spray these. That's my preferred method of applying shimmers. So anyway, okay, let's put this here. Oh yeah. Oh, that is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And you know, I could have just used the Loyalty shade. Is that what it's called? No, yeah, Loyalty by itself. I didn't necessarily need to put Catch on here, but you know, I'm trying to use as many of the shadows as I can for this video. I'm gonna try to use all of them in this video with this palette, just so everyone can see, or everyone, whoever chooses to watch the video, can see how the different shadows work. But this is absolutely stunning. Oh, I love it. Okay, now I'm gonna go back into Indigo. Bitsy. I don't get it. She can come right in this room. The door's open. I mean, it's not completely open, but it's cracked so that she can get in. And she's just standing out in the hallway sobbing. I'm like, okay, dude, whatever. Do you, boo. Do you, boo-boo. But she can come in here if she wants to. This is just stunning. Yeah, I do think like the Indigo shade, well, I don't know. Is it satiny? It's whatever it is. It's got a really lovely formulation. It's really, really nice. I love it. It's got a very like soft and, but you know, not patchy at all. And it applies beautifully, really does. It's awesome. I love this dark purple. It's like a periwinkle purple. I love it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go one more time around with this brush into Devotion, the lighter purple matte, and just make sure that I don't leave a big harsh edge with the Loyalty, or no, Indigo shade. God, guys. And then I'm done. Okay, I am done with this look. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So what I'll do is go off camera, clean this up a little bit. I got a little bit of fallout, nothing major. Do my other eye, the rest of my face, and I will come back. So this, of course, is finished look number 1. And I absolutely love how this look turned out. Oh, I mean, I knew I was gonna love the palette, okay? I knew I was going to. But I mean, I really love it. And I'm super excited to create 3 more looks with it. And then obviously continue to play with it forever after I create this video. Let me show you everything I have on my face, and then I'll review the palette with you again, and then move on to look number 2. Okay, so I did use a primer today, the Maybelline New York Fit Me Matte and Poreless Primer, because I used the L'Oreal Paris 24-Hour Infallible Pro Glow Foundation in the shade 203. This is very glowy, and I look really sweaty if I don't have a matte primer underneath. So just the two of those work really well together for me. Bronzer. I'm using the LYS No Limits Bronzer in Motivate or Light for my Def Leppard panning project. I love this. Blame It on the Blush palette from Made by Mitchell. I use a shade here called Night and Right, this purple shade, which honestly, it kind of shows up more pink on me, I feel like, but I really like it. I love it. I did use my Queen Nubia Cosmetics loose highlighter in the shade Nightlife. Love. My upper lid liner, this is from Rimmel London, and this is the Wonder Swipe 2-in-1 liner to shadow. I have no idea what the shade name is because I don't know, the sticker's gone. You can't really see this because it's so close in tone to the eyeshadows themselves. And this is just old, and I think I just used it all up today. I really do think that, and I'm just going to toss it now. And I thought, you know, I could cover it up with something else, but I thought, no, it's okay, just leave it, because if you get real close up to my eyelids, you can see it. I don't know who's going to do that to me today, and they better watch it, because I don't know if I'm in the mood for that. This worked really well when it was new. I didn't use it nearly enough, of course, but anywho, my mascara, I used the Maybelline New York Sky High. Love this so much. This is my favorite mascara now. I honestly don't know that I'm ever going to use another mascara. And Steph told me this morning that this now comes in other colors. And I'm on an eyeshadow palette no buy, sure, but I'm not on a mascara no buy. So I might get, I don't know, we'll see. And then on my lips, I use the Menagerie Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Kodiak. This is the first time I've used this. I've never had a shade quite like this before, and I really like it. And I really like it in combination with the eye look. I love it, actually. Is that it? Did I say I use a CoverGirl Clean Professional Loose Setting Powder in Translucent? Okay, I don't think I said that. That's it. Okay, now let's talk about the eyeshadow palette. Poppy and Fluff Cosmetics Indigo Dreams. I had so much fun putting this look together. I used Indigo and Devotion on my lower lash lines. I popped Catch in my inner corners, and then I did use a little bit of Kisses to blend out the outer edge of Devotion. I just thought I needed that extra little touch, and I love it. And I just was blown away by the formulation of this palette with the shades I used today. Of course, I need to continue to use the rest of the shades for this video, but really impressed, really impressed. And I know that, like, a lot of you are probably, well, yeah, she's your best friend, she's your sister. She is. But I'm going to be honest, okay? I'd be honest about anybody's palette, and I'm super thrilled with this. Super thrilled. The color story does make me a little nervous because, you know, like I said, I'm just not super creative with putting different colors together. But I'm going to try to really jump out of my comfort zone with at least 2 of the looks for this video, okay? But yes, love. I cannot wait to continue to play with this. So let's move on to look number 2. So I am back for look number 2 with the Indigo Dreams palette from Poppy and Fluff Cosmetics. And I don't know if you can tell, but I can tell. I'm doing a cut crease today. I've got my little eyeshadow shield on. I'm going to dive back into this palette and do something fun today. Not that yesterday's look wasn't fun. It was super fun. But this might be maybe a little bit more fun, right? I don't know. We'll see. So I want to use the green, blue, and purples for this look. Okay, so what I'm thinking of doing on my, or in my transition area above the cut crease is this shade here called Affection, this shade here called Long Walks, and then on my lid, I'm thinking of doing the dark purple out here, the light purple towards the middle, and then this beautiful shimmer called Playtime towards the front. So that's what I think I'm going to do. Okay, well, that's what I am going to do. So I have primed just the top part. Well, it's kind of transferred down to here because my eyes are hooded, but it's fine. It's no big deal. But I primed a little bit, well, more than I anticipated, of my lid with the Juvia's Place Prep Prime Eyeshadow Primer. And then I do have some of the NYX Control Freak Clear Brow Gel in my brows as well. So what I'm going to do is start creating the shape of the look. And then probably just to save time, I'll go off camera to cut my crease because I've done that multiple times on my channel. And, you know, okay, we get it, Erica. Okay, so starting with Affection, the light blue shade, I'm going to start, oops, this is a really creasy. Where's my sponge? Hold please. Okay, I found my sponge. I smooth those creases out. Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna start laying this down here. This might look a little strange just because typically I will use a darker shade to do this. But I don't know. I just wanted to try something different. Oops, I have a little fuzz right here. I just want to try something a little different. My goal though in laying this down is to go above my natural crease And then I just kind of want to flick it out here. That's my goal anyway. See if I can do that. I thought about using the black matte for this look too, but I want to use it for, I think, either tomorrow's look. Well, okay, so actually, let me back up here. I am going to have to skip a day of filming with this palette this week just because I want to do my Throwback Thursday as well. So tomorrow I'll film my Throwback. I mean, you guys aren't going to care about this because it's all going to come up when it comes up, but just so you know what I'm doing here. I will not film with this tomorrow morning, but I will film with it the rest of the week. So yeah. Okay, so I'm just kind of like, I don't know, smushing it on to the lid. Not really doing a lot of blending, just applying. Just like I said, to start the shape of the look. That's nice. And I really need to focus on putting more out here because I tend to not do that. I tend to put the majority of the pigment of the, not the pigment, but like the eyeshadow more towards the front. And I need to remember it needs to be evenly applied across the entire lid here. Yeah. And then I will just use my primer to cut my crease. And you don't have to do that. You don't have to cut your crease that way. I've mentioned this before. There is some very strangeness that goes on with cut crease applications. I've seen yeah, just like, I don't know. There are lots of different ways to cut your crease. So let's just leave it at that. Some people use a product, some people don't. And it doesn't mean that either one is right or wrong. It just means it's different. That's it. It's just like, you know, if you eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, some people like to cut the crusts off, some people don't. Doesn't mean that either one of them is right or wrong. Just means they do it differently based on their preference. So anyway, we have, hopefully, I'm hoping that in 2025, we've kind of turned the corner from bashing the YouTuber way. That's what I'm hoping. But I think some people that's just their shtick, is to just bash the YouTuber way of doing things. So anyway, moving on. Sorry, I get on my soapbox. It's hard for me to get myself off. I want to say that I absolutely loved my look yesterday, and I got so many compliments on my eye look yesterday. So many. At work, at the store, at the gas station. I mean, people were like, oh my God, your eyeshadow is gorgeous. I'm like, I know, it's my sister's palette, told them all about it. So hopefully I got her some sales with that. Yes! Okay, so let's go into Long Walks, and I'm gonna put that around the edge of the blue shade. I do need to find another brush for that as well. I've got to wash my brushes. Okay, going into Long Walks. And I'm just gonna take this lightly around the outside edge of the blue. Not, you know, not a ton, but I am gonna, you know, I want it to show up. And this may not be the right brush. I don't know, I tried using this before and I don't know, we'll see. Oh yeah, it's showing up. It's just, I don't know, this brush is kind of too, it's not dense enough, I feel like, but it's a nice brush. I don't know. So I'll just keep using it and we'll see what I think. I just want to add just kind of a pop of green around the outside edge of the blue shade. Yeah, this just is not cutting it. Hang tight. I'm going to try this one. It's a little bit more dense, and it's got, you know, kind of that more, obviously more tapered end to it, which I don't want it to be like huge brush. I just want it, yeah, okay, there we go. This green is not showing up as much as I thought it might. So I would say that this is going to be one that needs to be layered. You know, like kind of, just, you know, you're going to have to layer it if you want it to really show up. It's a beautiful shade. It's just not as noticeable as I thought it might be. Also, my skin tone is kind of, well, I mean, I don't have green skin, but I have kind of a murky skin tone, and these kind of shades just don't always pop very well against my skin tone. Just kind of depends. If I had used like a real white primer, maybe, like I do have that white primer from Colored Rain that I keep forgetting that I have, and that might really help this to pop. So I don't know, but I'm just gonna keep layering, and I'll get it to the saturation I want it to get to. Okay, I really like how those two jive together. I just had to layer the green quite a bit, but you know, I think it looks great. So what I'll do is, like I said, to save time, is go off camera, cut my crease. I will be right back. So I used my Juvia's Place Prep Prime eyeshadow primer to cut my crease, of course. And so now I'm gonna do the lid, or apply shadows to my lid. So what I wanna do is have the indigo shade, and I know I just used this in the last look, but I'm using it again, because you can use shadows again in the same video. You can, I promise. I don't think the eyeshadow police are gonna come arrest me. So I'm gonna put indigo towards the outer part, and then I'm gonna put devotion towards the inner part, and then I'm gonna put playtime towards the front part. Kind of like the bluey green to purple. Okay, I did not grab brushes, so hold on just a second. Okay, and I'm gonna use kind of like just the flat packing brushes to apply the shadows, even though normally I wouldn't, like with mattes on my, but it's just easier to do it this way. So normally when I do this type of technique, I start with inner and go to outer, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go outer to inner. So I'm gonna start off with indigo, the dark purple matte, and I'm gonna start applying this out here. And basically what I wanna do is just stay real close to that edge of the cut crease. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. And just, you know, apply the shadow. And just make this as saturated as I can, and also making sure that I stay straight on to the cut crease line, you know, because that's the whole point, you know, you want it to look really stark and crisp and all that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I just love this indigo shade. God, it's gorgeous. It's so nice. I think Steph said, like I mentioned in look one, I think this is kind of like a satiny matte, but I mean, that's fine with me. I love it. I think it's gorgeous. This is one of the nicest mattes I've ever used, honestly. I was really impressed with it yesterday, and I'm still just as impressed with it right now. It's just so lovely. God, it's pretty. It's just got this real silky feel to it, and it just applies so nicely, you know, just really smooth, and it's not dry, you know, like, of course, well, I mean, it is, it's a matte, it's not like it's wet, but you know what I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Like, for instance, when I use the Rocha palette from Natasha Denona, one of the shades, the purple dark, one of the dark purple mattes in that palette is so dry feeling. It's hard to describe, but it's really dry. And I mean, it worked okay, but this is not that. It's not that dry feeling at all. So now what I want to do is really just make sure this is nice and crisp right here. And I suck at this part, so my hands start to shake and I can't really even see what the hell I'm doing. Fun. It's fun getting old. Okay, so I think that's good for right now. I'll probably mess around with that some more. I really like this brush, so I'm just going to clean it off on my little towel here. And I'm going to go into Devotion and put that right there next to that. And like I said, I was going to use the black matte for this look, but I don't know. Oops, this is getting creasy. Hold on. That's the only thing I don't love, is that this does crease on me a little bit. So I just use this little sponge and take the crease away. Anyway, I don't know. I just decided not to put the black matte into this look. And then I thought maybe I could put on my lower lash line, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I am just going to put the purples, or I don't know, figure something out. Or maybe like one of the purples and the blue shade, you know. I love this look. God, this is fun. I love it. I love it. And this is a lovely matte. I mean, just everything works so well. I will say that my least favorite matte out of the palette so far is the light green. But, you know, it's not, I don't hate it or anything. It's just like my least, it was just, you know, not as saturated in pigment as I thought it might be. But that's okay. You know, fine. I just, you know, really had to layer it. I'm just basically trying to merge those two shades together in a way that they look blended and more diffused, rather than stripe of dark purple, stripe of light purple. You know, that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. And I'm just kind of taking the brush and just kind of feathering it back and forth. And I might even use my finger. I know I don't usually do that with mattes, but I might do that. We'll see. Yeah, I think I will. I'm going to go into the indigo shade, just, you know, a little bit, not very much, and just kind of push it onto the lid so that those two shadows don't look quite so stripy. They look more in sync with one another. I don't know if that's working, but okay. So I think that looks wonderful. So now what I'm going to do is go into this shade here, Playtime, and put that towards the front. And I need to, no, I have a brush. I'm going to use this brush. I used this in the last look too. So this might be a little trickier to keep it straight, you know, like to really mesh it up to the cut crease line. But I'm going to give her a shot. Okay, I'm going to spray this a little bit. And I'm going to lay this right here. And it's getting a little creasy, but I think the shimmer will cover up that creasy stuff, I hope, anyway. And, oh yeah, this is gorgeous. Oh, that is so pretty. Hold on, let me get some more on the brush. I just don't have enough on the brush. That is gorgeous. God, that's pretty. Oops, this is a little flaky. Gotta be careful. I get a little too ham sometimes with these types of shades, and I'm like, oops, it's not really what I meant to do. I didn't mean to like destroy the shadow in the pan the first time I used it. But I didn't destroy it, but I kind of disturbed it a little bit. Oopsie. Well, settle down there, Conger. This is gorgeous because it's got that green, the greenness of the shimmer, of course, but it's got this really subtle purple shift. And I'm going to go in with my finger. Yeah, I got to be more careful with the shade. Shit. I mean, I didn't pan it or anything, but I'm close to panning it because I just smashed my brush into it like an idiot. And also I want to make sure that that shade is, you know, meshing well with the matte. So I'm just going to, you know, use my finger. And just kind of, yeah, that looks so freaking cool. Woo! I love it. And I'm actually going to use the brush that I cut my crease with, this little one from Glamlight, clean off the primer because I love how that edge is. I'm going to go into the shimmer. And I'm just going to really put it out like, you know, up against that cut crease line because that's one area where I'm not really getting it that great is right, applying it that great is right there. And I want to make sure that's applied well. Who was that? Oh, okay. The cats are both in here. I hear this. And I'm like, who's in here sighing? No, it's just the cats. Okay. This I love. I love this look. I really do. I think it's really fun and beautiful and kind of mermaid-esque is what it reminds me of. Absolutely. God, this is such a fun freaking palette, you guys. So fun. Okay, let's take this off. Oh, I love it. So what I'll do is I have a little bit of fallout, but not much, but I'm going to try to replicate this on the other eye evenly and then do the rest of my face and I'll come back. So this, of course, is finished look number 2, and I absolutely love how this look turned out. I'm trying to decide if I like this look better than look 1, and I don't know that I can make that decision because I think they both turned out so great, and this was so fun to put together, but so was look number 1, and no one's asking me to choose, so what am I doing here? I was going to show you everything I have on my face for this finished look, but it's exactly the same as look 1, just with a few differences. So I'm just going to show you the differences instead. So for my blush, still using the Blame It on the Blush palette from Made by Mitchell that Steph gifted to me, by the way. I use a shade here called For the Lovers. I just thought the lighter purple blush would look cool with this look today. I love it. Let's see. For my upper lid liner, I use the Wet n Wild breakup proof, waterproof felt tip liner in black. And then on my lips, I used a combination of 2 things. I started off using the Menagerie Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Luna. It is similar to Kodiak, sort of, like, you know, similar shades, but this is lighter, this is darker. And I didn't want it to look too similar, so I did grab my NYX Cosmetics, NYX Professional Makeup, whatever it's called, NYX duochromatic shimmer lip gloss in the shade Gypsy Dreams, and popped a little bit of this over the top of this, and it's really nice. You know, it's a little thick feeling today, but I think just because there's 2 things, and it does have a really pretty metallic and kind of subtle duochrome shifty stuff going on my lips. You probably can't see it in the camera, but you can kind of see it in real life. Okay, so let's talk about the eyeshadow palette. Indigo Dreams, Poppy and Fluff Cosmetics. So on my lower lash lines, I used Indigo towards the outer part and Devotion towards the inner part. And I'm going to tell you, this so far is my favorite shade out of this palette. It's so nice. It's smooth and just, It's not wet, it's a matte, but I don't know. I don't know how to really accurately describe it. It's just amazing. Like, it's one of the best shades I've ever used in eyeshadows. I'm not kidding. It's so good. And then for my inner corners, I started off with Long Walks, and this shade just doesn't really show up on me that great. So I did top it with Affection. I really liked how that looked. No, nothing against the shade. It's just not really showing up as well on me as I thought it might. I have to really pack it on, and it could just be my skin tone. I don't know. This shimmer shade, Playtime, OMG, it is so gorgeous. It has that beautiful like green, kind of aqua to blue to lavender shift. God, it's lovely. And I just really had a good time putting this look together. So fun. I am just loving this palette. So without any further ado, let's get on to look number 3. So I am here for look number 3 with the Poppy Fluff Cosmetics Indigo Dreams palette. Now, I don't have a ton of time today because I was farting around and am late sitting down to film. And I do have to go to work. And unfortunately this week, I'm not able to go to work whenever the heck I feel like showing up because I'm late commonly. I can't be late this week. So this look is going to be a very simple 3-4 shadow eye look, just, you know, typical placement, but I hope it looks beautiful. I really think it's going to. So I want to focus on the red and the pinks today. So I'm going to go into Sweetie and put that in my outer V into my crease. I want to put Kisses around this to kind of blend it out. And then I'm going to pop Pure Love, this beautiful pink shimmer across my lid. And then I'm going to use Trouble as my liner. I thought about putting Trouble like in my outer V, but I did that. Yes, I put a black matte in my outer V yesterday, which doesn't really matter, but you know, just trying to not do the same things every day. I do have my brows done in the NYX Control Freak in clear, and then brow gel, and then I put my Juvia's Place Prime eyeshadow primer on this lid. So let me make sure it's not creasy, not too horrible. No, okay. And now I'm going to go into Sweetie. And I know that these kind of looks can be very boring to people. I understand. And you know, I guess well, the main thing I'm facing today is lack of time because I was messing around and not, ooh, yes, and not being diligent about getting my butt in the shower and in this chair. So yeah. And I really do like to do very simple, easy looks. I know, maybe that's, like I said, boring. You know, people are like, oh God, could you just, you know, do something different? And I understand. You know, the thing is that I do really enjoy getting out of my comfort zone, or not getting out of my comfort zone, but like, well, I mean, I do enjoy getting out of my comfort zone, but I don't think like, yes, like the last look, that wasn't really out of my comfort zone. It's just that it's more intricate look, and I had more time for the intricate look. If I didn't have to be somewhere this morning, I wouldn't care. Like, I'd take all the time in the world, but that's just not my life, you know? And also, like, there are just times when I think it's nice to just put a simple look together, you know? And I could get really, I have gotten really in my head about that, you know? Like, okay, every time I film a video, I need to make sure that I'm doing like 15 different things, and you know, or people are going to get bored, you know, they're going to get bored with my channel. And I'm sure that's happened. I'm sure many people have gotten bored with my channel and have bailed because of the fact that I don't always do, you know, I'm not the person that's going to outdo every single look that I just did. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to sit down here and try to outdo the look I did yesterday. Oh, I got to do that. You know, it's just not, I don't care really. You know, I just want to use the palette, have fun with it, and create a pretty look with it. Sure. And, you know, like I mentioned, sometimes I want to do a more intricate look. And again, I know I keep repeating myself. A lot of that is based on time because I have more time. You know, I got in the shower sooner, or I don't know. But I don't know. I just think it's interesting when I hear people making comments about what they want to see a creator do. It's like, well, which I think it's great. Like, I love to get suggestions of things to do, sure. It's also though, like, I also want to do my makeup the way I want to do my makeup because it's on my face. So there's kind of a balance there. You know what I mean? This shade is gorgeous. This is very similar to the indigo shade, the purple shade that I love. It's creamy. That's what it is. I was talking to Steph about that the other morning, and it's creamy. And but it's powdery too. It's so lovely. It's just got this amazing consistency to it, and it just applies so beautifully, and just, I love it. I really do. I think that looks gorgeous. And of course, it's pulling very pink on me because that's what reds do on me, is pull pink. So now I'm going to go into Kisses and just blend the outer edge of that out. And you know, Steph gets irritated with me sometimes because I will make comments like, oh, I can't do what you do with makeup, or I can't do what somebody else does with makeup. And she's like, yes, you can. You know, if you push yourself, you can. And I agree with her. You know, I absolutely do. That if I, you know, push myself more commonly, I could do. But I will say, and this is not me putting myself down, this is just the truth of the matter, that like there are just certain techniques that I'm gonna have to go back in with the red matte because I'm kind of making a mess here. There are just certain techniques that I know I will not master, like graphic liner, say. I can't do graphic liner. I can't. I mean, this is not me like putting myself down or not giving myself enough credit. I can't do it. And I honestly, I don't want to do it because my hands shake too much. I know it would be stressful for me. I've tried it before, like in my free time, and I'm just not good at it at all. I suck. And the lines are always uneven and, you know, weird. Now, there are people out there that wouldn't care. They're like, I don't give a shit if it's uneven. I'm just going to do it. And I don't care. I'm doing it. Well, that's fine for them. But I personally, like, if it's not going to look good on me or the way I want it to look, then I'm just like, nah, I'll pass, you know. For instance, there are certain techniques where people will do like a cut crease, like, you know, one here, one there, one, you know, like really intricate. And that's just not for me. I don't want to spend that much time trying to do that. And also, I know that like, it's just not going to work, you know. I mean, maybe it would. It probably would. If I really put, yes, I get it. If I really put my all into it, I could probably make it work. But there's just some things that, you know, I feel like that's good for them. They can master that. I'm going to be over here doing what I do. You know what I mean? So I don't know. All to say, and I feel like I'm like defending myself, and I know I don't need to do that. There's just times where I'm not going to be the channel that's going to give you the real out of the box, the real, you know, multicolored eye look, 15, you know, different eyeliner colors. And, you know, I'm just not going to do that. I'm just going to put a very simple, but I think very pretty look together. And that's not for everyone. And I totally understand that. I'm going back into Sweetie. And, but there are going to be times when I'm going to, you know, put more effort into it and really knock it out of the park with something unique and different, I think. I think. So I guess what I'm also getting at is, you know, if you watch my channel and you think she is really boring, I totally get it. But, you know, this is, I guess too, like, I love makeup. Absolutely, I love makeup, but I'm not a makeup artist. I'm a makeup enthusiast. So there's a difference there, you know, definitely. God, I love the formulation of these mattes. Now I'm going to go into Pure Love and put that across my lid. I honestly, you know, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Not that I don't want to continue to have a makeup channel. I do. But I don't know. I'm thinking of different directions for things, you know. Like I've talked about, I might just, shift my YouTube channel to, this is gorgeous, to doing just true crime and then leave my makeup looks for Instagram. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. This is just me thinking and talking out loud. Well, obviously I'm talking out loud, but you know what I mean? Just thinking out loud. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, this is so beautiful. It's got that very light, iridescent-y, beautiful, light pinkness to it. It's just gorgeous. Although the brush, I don't know how it's working on the brush, so I'm going to use my finger. It's a very light, kind of wispy shade. And I think it would be really great as a topper. Like, probably what might have worked better is if I had put the Sweetie shade across my entire lid and then popped the pink over the top of it. But I don't know. I mean, it's a gorgeous shade by itself. It's just, it's kind of a, like I said, kind of a wispy, like very, very delicate pink shade. It's gorgeous though. God, that's pretty. It's very shiny and very soft. I would say like ballerina pink is what I would call this. It is gorgeous. Oh, it's so pretty. And it does have a lovely sparkle to it. Very lovely. And that's really nice. Oh, I love it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brush that I use to apply the Kisses shade, and I'm going to use this brush, and I'm just going to kind of tap it right here next to the shimmer so that it's got that matte to kind of tone it down a little bit. I'm not afraid, but I feel like if I put the Sweetie shade right there, I will, but I feel like this is better to kind of soften it up, soften the edge of the shimmer up a little bit, and then I will go back with the Sweetie shade. If this is making any sense at all, probably not. Okay. Yeah, I like that. That had the desired effect that I wanted. Okay, now I'm going to go into Sweetie and just kind of go around the shimmer just to make sure that it's, you know, not too blown up, but, you know, just enough, I guess. I don't know how to word it. Oh, that is so beautiful. I love that pink shimmer. God, that's gorgeous. So what I'm going to do is clean this up, and then I'm going to apply the black as an upper lid liner, just kind of like out here and just out here, because I feel like it's going to be way too harsh if I take it all the way across. And then I got to figure out if I should put, I think probably a little bit of this towards the front part of the lower lash line. I don't love how that always looks on me because I look sick, but I think I can do it. So I will be back in just a minute and show you the finished look. So this, of course, is finished look number 3, and I just love how it turned out. I do think it's absolutely gorgeous. Love it. My lips, though, took me a hot minute to get that sorted out. I'll show you what I did here in just a minute. So let me show you everything I have on my face, and then I'll review the palette with you again, and then move on to the 4th and final look for this video. Okay, so I did not put a primer on, but I did use these two in combination for my base products. This is the Maybelline New York Dream BB Fresh BB Cream in medium and light medium. I just ran out of my Wet n Wild tinted hydrator, so can't use it. And then I did use my CoverGirl Clean Professional Loose Setting Powder and Translucent over the top of that. Still using the LYS No Limits Bronzer in Motivate. I can open it. Love it. And then for my blush, Blame It on the Blush palette from Made by Mitchell, I used Think Pink and Milkshake together. I just thought the two of those would look nice on my face with this eye look, and I really like how it turned out. I used a shadow out of the palette for my liner. For my mascara, I used the Sky High from Maybelline New York, of course. Love this. And then, oh, I used my Queen Nubia Cosmetics Loose Highlighter in Nightlife. This is perfect for this look because it's pink. Love it. And then on my lips. Okay, so I started off by using the Colored Rain liquid lipstick in 24/7. And it's just a little too like brownish pink. So, okay, let's lighten it up a little bit, right? So then I grabbed this from Ladybug Glow. This is a multi-chrome gloss in the shade number 8, and it made it look more salmony pink. So I thought, well, I want it to look more bubblegum pink. So I put this down, kind of took some of it off, and I put this on, another Ladybug Glow multi-chrome gloss. This is in the shade number 2, and this turned very yellow. I was like, huh? I don't want yellow, which it's weird because it's blue and purple and pink. Anyway, I don't know. So then I went for this. This is the Bella Pierre Hydrographic, I don't know, lip gloss that I got in a BoxyCharm from, no, not in a BoxyCharm, Ice Cream Beauty Box. I think it's in the shade Saturn. I don't know, I can't read it anymore, and I don't want to put my glasses on. And this, no, didn't really even show up. So then I'm like, okay, I'm going in for the big guns. This is the Lip Icon from Beauty Moon Cosmetics in the shade M14. So my lips are feeling a little sticky, but I feel like I finally got to the right shade of pink. I don't know, did I? You guys can tell me what you think. Okay, so now let's talk about the eyeshadow palette. Indigo Dreams, Poppy and Fluff Cosmetics. I did use Trouble on my upper lids to line up both of them, and then on my lower lash lines out here. Now, I really wanted a very crisp black line out here underneath my eyes. And because I'm older and my eyes, the skin down here is not very taut, it started to transfer a little bit. I was like, oh crap. So then I put Sweetie towards the front part of the lower lash lines. And then I just took this and kind of drug it underneath the black shade. And then I used a little bit of Kisses, kind of like back and forth, kind of. I don't know how I feel about the lower lash lines. I think it looks kind of murky and not great, but here we are. I did try to, well, no, okay, let me start over. didn't try to. I thought about doing a black shadow wing on my upper lids, but when I smile, this skin here just folds in and it just eats the wing off. And I thought that's not going to work. So, you know, I do like it a lot on the upper lids. I think it looks great. It's a wonderful eyeshadow for lining your lids, but just, you know, my lower lash line area just does not cooperate all the time. I did put kisses in my inner corners. I love putting a light matte in my inner corners. I think that looks so gorgeous. I thought about putting the shimmer shade, but then I'm like, no, do the, you know, Janny Van taught me how to do, or about doing that, and I love it. And I just think this shimmer is gorgeous. I really love the mattes. These two mattes worked so well, this one especially. I'm really loving the formulation of Sweetie and Indigo. They're just incredible. And also Trouble, just lovely. Had so much fun putting this look together, you guys. So let's get the show on the road and let's go to look number 4, the final look for this video. So here I am back for look number 4 and the final look for this video with the Poppy and Fluff Cosmetics Indigo Dreams palette. Now I have to be to work early this morning. Of course I do. Because, you know, like I mentioned at the very beginning, I wanted to do 2 kind of simple looks and 2 more intricate looks. And then life goes, oh, really? So this is not going to be as intricate as I wanted it to be because I got to get out of here. But I mean, I have this palette in my collection now for the rest of my life, and I will continue to play with this. Of course I will. I'll do another probably 3-4 looks video with it and just continue to use it. So I haven't used this shade yet here called Snuggles. So that I want to put on my lids today. And then I really want to see what this shade does catch over the top of the black matte. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this in my transition area, this across my entire mobile lid, and then top it with Catch. Because I think, I don't know. I mean, don't ask me nothing. But I think the purple, the lavender is going to pop out over the top of the black matte. Maybe not, but that's what I'm going for. So I do have my brows done in the clear Control Freak from NYX brow gel, and then I did prime this eyelid in the Juvia's Place Prep Prime eyeshadow primer, as always. And I thought I had something in my eye, but I don't think. No. I do have some sparklies on my face. I don't know how those got on there, but whatever. I have gotten something in this eye a couple of times over the past month, 2 or 3 times, and it's just been awful. Like it got, whatever it was, got in my eye like in the morning, and then it was in my eye all day long. One of the days that happened was when my eardrum ruptured and I was in urgent care, and I'm sitting in the waiting room like digging at my eye. That was so stupid. I shouldn't have been doing that, but I was, because it was just, it hurt. It was driving me nuts. And I could also see it in my vision. Like I would like shut and open my eyes and I could see this weird thing like in my field of vision. And I would go into the bathroom at urgent care and like, where the hell is it? Like I got a paper towel and I'm like, you know, dripping water into my eye, and my makeup was a mess. I looked horrible. When they came out to get me, the lady looked at me like, oh God, is it your eye or your ear you're here for? And I was like, oh no, it's my ear. I said, but I have something in my eye. She goes, oh, we can look at that too. And then as I was in my doctor's appointment, in that appointment, and they were looking in my ear, whatever was in my eye went out. So it wasn't bothering me anymore. So they didn't need to look at it, but it was so weird. I'm like, and then it's happened a couple more times. I'm like, what the hell keeps getting in my eye? So bizarre. Like I can't really see it. You know, it's like not like an eyelash or anything. It's probably cat hair, but I didn't have any cat hair around me when I was in urgent care. Oh, but wait, I had it, that happened. Wait, that didn't happen to me in the morning. That happened to me like right before I went to urgent care. That's right. And I had been at work, right? Or who knows? Or was I home? Who knows? Who cares? But I don't think that was cat hair, but it could have been some kind of something got in my eye. That's real technical, isn't it? So this is a gorgeous shade, by the way. Not really talking about the shade much. It's got that really nice kind of creamy consistency. It's just beautiful. I love the mattes in this palette. I mean, just apply so beautifully and blend beautifully, and oh yeah, I'm loving it. So now what I'm gonna do is go into the black matte Trouble and put that across my entire lid. And this always looks really weird. It does, but I'm going for it. I was gonna do, what my plan was to do a cut crease today with this whole ensemble, but that can take me longer And again, like I said, I have to get out of here. So I can't really go too intricate into the eye look today, even though I'd love to. So I'm just doing more of a simple look with this. But again, I will be playing with this again and getting more wild and crazy with it, okay? Because there are some really wonderful and unique color combinations to be had out of this palette. And I, didn't really do a whole lot of that in this video, like I promised you guys I would, but I will, okay? I will. Oh, geez. And I'm really looking forward to the weekend because this week has been really long and very intense at work. I think I may have already mentioned this, but just briefly, it's 2025 now. And so when the new year starts, by law, all of our clients have to sign new consent forms. And we had a whole new consent form system that we had to do. And I had to attend these like little training things to learn how to do it and where to go and how to help people. And then like they have these like what's it called? Workflow. Duh, workflows that you have to memorize and know and blah, blah, blah in order to help people, which, not the most difficult. God, this matte is gorgeous. It's just got that creamy, not patchy, just beautifulness to it. Love it. God, it's nice. Might be the best black matte I've ever used. And I've got some good black mattes in my collection, but yeah. Anyway, so when the new year rolled around and now we have to start doing consents, of course, like I get to work that first morning and I have this email from my corporate office saying, whoops, this isn't going to work right today, guys. Sorry. And I'm like, oh, shit. So I'm going back in with Snuggles and just going back around and just making sure that's nicely blended and not harsh looking. And I'm like, of course. And my other coworker and I were just like, well, my couple other coworkers and I were like, awesome. So like we have clients that come into the office. We also have clients that are seen via telehealth. So my role, because I'm in the office, is to help all of the clients that come in for their appointments. And there's a lot of people that come in for their appointments. And so several of those people, because that stupid link wasn't working that they were supposed to be able to just click on and takes you right to your consent forms, I had to print them out and they had to sign. And, people don't like to do that. They don't want to have to do that. Some people do, actually. Some people prefer to sign paper forms, but most people don't. And there were 42 papers they had to look through and sign. And they were like, oh my God, what? And, there are people who we help that are very anxious. And so the people that are very anxious, they don't like this kind of crap. So it was a little bit of a struggle for all of us, But I will say, I'm going to just kind of clean this off because I want to go around the edge and just lightly blend. I will say that, for the most part, it's been okay. There's been a couple times where I wanted to scream and run for the hills, but for the most part, it's been okay. It's just, technology sometimes is so wonderful. And then when it doesn't work, it's so crappy. I can't stand it. I love this. You could just leave this like this, put like a gold eyeliner, I don't know what color, gold, I don't know, maybe not, and leave, and you're done. So now I'm going to put this shade Catch across the entire mobile lid. I do want that black though to peek out a little bit, so, but then it transfers and we'll see. And I'm just going to use the brush that I used yesterday, and for the pink look, I'm going to use this again. I cleaned it off, it's fine. I have got to clean my brushes this weekend. And then I have all my new motor brushes that I'll be using soon. I thought about using those today actually, but I'm not showing them until next week. So I thought we'll just wait till after I show them. Okay, let's see what this does over the top of the black matte, shall we? Oh no, it is more gold. I thought it would be really purple, but the gold is really showing. Okay, well that's cool. I mean, I was down for whatever, but I'm just a little surprised, that's all. I thought that the purple shade would really pop out because you can definitely see that there's a purple and gold flip to this shade. And for some reason, on me, the purple doesn't show up that great. I have another shade similar to this from a Blend Bunny palette. And I don't know, but although I do feel like it showed up, the purpley stuff showed up a little bit more you could see it definitely in the shift in look 1 without it being on the over the top of anything, you know. But the black really brings the gold out. I wasn't sure what to expect. I like it. I think it's beautiful. I love that. I think it's gorgeous, beautiful. Really like it a lot. But I do want to add a little bit of the black just around there, just so it kind of shows up a little bit more, because of course I covered the whole thing. So hold on, let me find a different brush. I think I will use this brush because it's more tapered. And what I'm going to do is just go into the black mat, of course, and then just kind of go around. Oops. I don't want a big blob of black mat right there, but I can fix that, I think. Just kind of go around the edge of the gold shade so that it's definitely got that darker, I don't know, kind of ring around the gold shade, I guess I would say, so that that gold really does pop. That is really fun. I love it. And so totally different, you know, like, well, is this totally different? Different from my last looks I've done with this. And also different than what I thought it was going to do. So now I'm going to go back into Snuggles, the brown matte, and then blend the edge of the black again. And then I am Dunzo. Does anybody say Dunzo anymore? I used to say that all the time. Does anybody dab anymore? I used to do that all the time too with my kids. They'd be like, oh, like we'd be out in public somewhere, like at the mall or something, and we'd be getting like, I don't know, school clothes or shoes for school or something. And I'd go, hey kids, or Braden, Sydney, whatever. And they'd look at me and I'd go, dab on them or whatever I'd say. And they'd be like, don't do that again here, please, Mom, don't. Well, that was what my daughter would say. My son would be like, oh my God, knock it off. You're so embarrassing. Why do you have to act like such a dork when we're out in public? Like, can't you do this kind of stuff with your friends? Why do you have to do it with me? Like, just go off. And I'd be like, well, you're my friend. No, I'm your son. Like, so funny. Oh, that poor kid. I was merciless to him. I really was, because I knew it bugged the crap out of him. So I would just amp it up even more. I think I've talked about this before in other videos that several videos actually, he and I took the black away too much. So hold on, go back into this. He played sports his whole childhood, and I would just scream my face off when he would play, like, just Brayden, yes, and Bubby, and go B, and just scream. And he'd like, sometimes he'd look at me like, stop it. And other times he'd turn around and be like, I love you, Mom. Just depending on what mood he was in, I guess. I don't know. And then I also talked about the time that he scored a touchdown, and I basically ran onto the field and the coach grabbed me by my hoodie and my hood and just jerked me back onto, like, you can't go on the field, Mom. And I'm like, but this is so exciting. He's like, yeah, it's very exciting. We're really proud of him, but don't go on the damn field, please. So funny. And then my daughter, she ran lights for all the plays at the high school. You know, she was the lights manager for all the high school theater productions. And at the end of the plays, they would have, you know, all the cast come out and bow and stuff. And then they'd have the behind the scenes people come out and bow. And every time she'd come out and bow, I'd stand up and scream, go Sydney, yes! And I'd in tears. I was that mom. You know, I was that mom that, you know, just lost her poo with her kids. Okay. That's who I was. Okay. I think I'm done. I really like this. It's different than what I thought it was going to be. It is, but I really do like it. I think it's gorgeous. So I'm going to go clean this up, do my other eye, add the finishing touches, the rest of my face, dry my hair, and I will be back. So this is my finished fourth and final look for this video, and I absolutely love it. I really do. I was a little surprised that the lavender shift didn't pop out over the black matte at first, but you can see the lavender shift in the bathroom light for sure. And there's also kind of like a green hue to it too, which I think turned out really cool. So I'm going to show you what I have on my face, but I'm running late now, so I got to get on her. So I'm not going to show you everything because it's the same as what I used in the last look. Look number 3, but let me just show you the differences because I did use some different things. So for my highlighter and in my inner corners, I use the Aurora Glow Kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I use this shade here called Eclipse. It's kind of like this pinky gold shifting. I just thought it would look really cool, and it does, I think. I did use the Blame It on the Blurs palette from Made by Mitchell. I use this shade here called Hint of Innocence. Love that. Same base product, same bronzer, same powder, same mascara. I did use the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Waterproof Felt Tip Liner in black. On my lips, I used the Folklore Metallic Liquid Lipstick in the shade Bad Romance. And I didn't really like these a whole lot when I did my try-on video, but I love this one. Love it. And I thought it would work well today. That's it. Okay, so Poppy and Fluff Cosmetics Indigo Dreams palette. I love it. I love this. On my lower lash lines, I put Trouble and then Snuggles just kind of together and tried to blow them out a little bit. There's so many things I love about it, but the main thing I love about it is how diverse this color story is and all the different things that you can do with it. And I know at the very beginning I said, oh, I'm going to do 2 kind of simple looks or monochromatic looks and then 2 more intricate looks. And with the constraints of time this week, I just couldn't get as funky as I would have liked to have gotten with this palette for this video, but I will continue to create looks with it, of course. I will say that my favorite matte out of the palette is Indigo. It's so gorgeous. God, it's just this, it's perfection. It really is. And I really like the matte formula in this palette. I know Steph was saying that it's like maybe a little bit more satiny. It is a little bit more creamy and she wasn't too sure, but I absolutely love it. Steph, if I have a say, I'm saying stick with this matte formula. It's so good, so good. And my favorite shimmer out of the palette is kind of a toss-up between Catch, the one I have on my lids today, and then Loyalty. And I like the other shimmers too. This one really creased on me yesterday because I should have used a tackier primer. I do have the Milani, I don't know, the Milani eyeshadow primer that's a lot tackier. I will definitely be using that when I use this again. And it's not the shadow's fault, it's mine. I just am so lazy, and also I just forget. It's like, I have a primer here, I'll use that. Well, that type of primer that I use isn't always the best for certain shimmers. My least favorite shade out of the palette, I would say, is Long Walks. It's just not as pigmented as I thought it was going to be, but I mean, it worked fine. It's just not as noticeable as what I thought it might be. Also on my skin tone, I think that was part of the problem too. But on the whole, of course, I just love it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's interesting. I think it's different. I think it's fun. And I had such a blast putting all 4 looks together, and I cannot wait to continue to play with this palette. Ah! And I just have to say, like, I am so proud of my best friend and sister for continuing on with her dream of having her own makeup brand with her own money, okay? Her own money, standing on her own 2 feet and pursuing her dreams. I have so much love and respect and admiration for her. She is so awesome, and she deserves all the success for this brand and everything else she does in her life in the world. So of course I will link the website, her website, in my description box, and I'll give you all the details of the release date, which is today, the day this is coming up, the time, and also the price of the palette as well. And I highly recommend giving my best friend and sister's brand a try and getting this palette. I really do. Shameless plug, I don't care, but I mean, I'm telling you, I love it. I love it. And I know she's my best friend and sister, okay? So, you know, you can choose not to believe my assessment, but you saw the looks come together. And if I didn't love it, I'd tell you. I love it. I think it's amazing. And again, just super excited, super happy, proud, all of those things for my best friend and sister Steph. So let me know if you're planning on getting the palette. Let me know out of the 4 looks, which one you like the best. I can't decide. I really can't. And keep your eyes open, eyes peeled, whatever, for future looks with the Indigo Dreams palette from Poppy and Fluff Cosmetics. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I'd love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video, but in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself, be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye!
Drop it.